and welcome back to Tavern Watch Plays Rebel Scum, a space opera game of kicking fascists right in the face. I'm your GM, Phil Ulrich, and let's just go around and get a quick reminder of who everyone is playing. I'll start from the top with Chris.
Hey, yeah, I am playing Varin Jayne, our wonderful, friendly human male from Corellia, who's also a smuggler, who is also the captain of our wonderful ship.
Alrighty. Sounds good. Joe.
Hi, I'm Joe Perez. I will be playing a YHA-U, known as Yeehaw to his friends. I am a former mining droid turned Basham bro. Yeah, that's really it. I'm basically the equivalent of a space droid dwarf.
That's very rock and stone of you. That giggle. Liz Harper, who are you playing?
I am playing Mia, a totally ordinary starship mechanic who is definitely not a rebel spy.
Not at all. Why would you accuse her of that? That's so weird. Next up, Matt.
I'm so glad you guys speak Shrywook, so I can say that I am the orphan, a burned up, battered, really not tremendously happy, force-using ex-Jedi, kind of Jedi Wookiee. And I just cut a fascist in half, so I'm feeling pretty good about myself.
We're all very happy about that. I believe at this point, canonically, everyone in the party speaks Shrywook except
Joe.
Yeehaw. Yeehaw just kind of nods and smiles and then gets translation from our last character, Mitch. Who are you playing?
Howdy, I am TB-WN2. I am a reformed killbot. I am very good at killing, but I do not like to do it. And I'm here with my new friends. Also, I can turn into some geometric shapes, depending on how cube-like they are.
So far, this has been your most demonstrable skill. Liz, do you want to give the audience a rundown on what happened on episode 1?
Okay. Previously on Rebel Scum, we arrived at the mining city of Vornak looking for our contact, Gennaro, who was organizing the workers in this mining town to perhaps help out the rebellion. And he's mysteriously vanished. So, while trying to find him, we caused a little bit of tiny bit of trouble in town. We caused more trouble at Gennaro's apartment, where we are soon going to have to contend with 4 dead or missing stormtroopers. And we still don't know where he is. It's going to be fun to find out.
Yep, I'd say that about sums it up. You all are currently in and around Gennaro's apartment. It's maybe 3 rooms. There were some stormtroopers in here tossing the place when you got here. 2 on guard, 2 inside doing the dirty work. But out of those, I believe, 1 got blasted, 1 got cut in half, 1 got conked on the head real hard, and 1 had an awful sonic noise made into his helmet until he passed out. So we are currently looking at 2 corpses and 2 unconscious people. And you just found indication that Gennaro had sent kind of an emergency message to his rebellion contact indicating that the Imperials had stepped up their presence on the planet. And he felt he was in danger.
I assume, as someone who is totally not a rebel spy, that I would know if his message got through to the rebellion?
Yes, actually, you would know that. You know, does the rebellion have read receipts? I think you can look at the kind of the headers for where this thing went in the kind of where it went when it left the local HoloNet. Yes, it did get through, but you also see that it got routed somewhere else first.
Oh, that's not good.
Remember, it is encrypted, so they probably don't have the exact name of his contact or who he was talking. He probably doesn't have the exact name of his contact either. Or even the info therein, which would be pretty incriminating, is not necessarily in someone's hands yet, but it could be in the very near future if you don't find him.
Yes.
Really quick. Oh, go ahead.
Even knowing he was sending an encrypted message, if the Empire knew this, they would certainly want to make him disappear.
Mm-hmm. TV, what's up?
Last time, the message that was sent out said there was a new leader, or I can't remember the specific, but it did name a specific position, like on the planet, and said this person was new.
Yes, the Empire had the Empire is considering this a new sector that they are going to attempt to move into, and so they have appointed a governor. The appointment of the new governor Moff Luca Desic had
Okay, so that is
had alarmed
okay.
Genro. Yeah.
Okay, so Moff Luca Desic is in charge of the planet and system, and that's also governor.
Mm-hmm.
Cool, thank you.
Right. What are some of the rest of you doing while Mia's rummaging through Jinro's email?
Guarding the two conscious guys.
Yes, it's true, and I believe
Well, they're unconscious, but they're not dead, so I'm guarding them.
they are. They're unconscious, and I believe Yehal was watching out the
Guarding the door.
basically doing watchdog duty. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll
Also,
say
I'm assuming
you're.
we took their guns and stuff, because that's just 101.
I would assume so. Yeah. So the two unconscious guys kind of start to stir after a while, and they're one of them starts to say something, and then he sees two halves of a stormtrooper on the ground behind the orphan. He kind of backs up against the wall, and he says, "Jedi, you must be Rebel Scum. Aren't you all supposed to be dead anyway?" Oh, right. You don't have the common decency to speak galactic basic.
Grab his helmet and just slam it to the floor. With his head in
Ow. Give me a blaster's roll.
it. Okay. Six.
Yep, that yeah, he's conk, and he is unconscious again. You're probably doing this guy probably has a serious concussion at this point.
I'll turn to look at the other one.
He just kind of holds his hands up and he says, "Just take what you want and get out of here."
Y'all know not to anger the Wookiee.
Says, "Some people, they got to run their mouth." He's just he's doing his best to appear non-threatening, especially since he doesn't have a gun, so he's not very threatening.
Can we perhaps get information out of him right now?
Go for it. I'm not going to be able to question him.
You could certainly try. How do you want to try to do that?
I will walk up to him, and I will get real close. But first, I will unbucket. I don't know if I did that officially.
I would love it if the bucket just wheels up to him.
Yeah, he was. Well, he was. I think I had described him earlier as slumped across you. So
Yeah, I had to lift him out of you. So
yeah, so when you turn out of bucket form, he's going, Okay.
Yeah, that's right. I was the bucket, and so I walk up real close to him. I look him in the face, and I say, "I am a reformed killbot, but I am still a killbot. I can kill you, and you won't even know it happened because it'll happen so fast. Now, we want some information, and you're going to cooperate with us, or I'm going to killbot you."
Okay. I'm going to say that because it's the threat of violence, I'm okay if you want to roll this as a blaster's roll. And I believe you have the killbot edge. Is that correct?
Killer, yes.
Killer, yeah. So you know how to make this sound realistic. You've threatened people this way before. So go ahead and roll with advantage. A blaster's roll with advantage.
Oh no. Oh yay, 4.
Okay, that works. Yeah, he's kind of says, "Whoa, I'm not trying to get killed. What do you want to know? What do you want to know? Just I didn't see you. You didn't see me. I don't know what
we
happened
saw
here."
you. What happened to Jinro Uldane and Varlo Uldane?
He says, and he says, I don't know. Other than that, I mean, okay. Kind of stops. He says, "Don't hit me. Don't kill me. I don't know where they are, but I know the Empire has them. They think Genro knows something about something. I don't know if he does or not. That's why we're here. We're here to find out if that's true. But I don't know where they're keeping him. That's above my pay grade."
Whose pay grade is it?
Says, if it were anybody, I'd say maybe some of the. And he says, "You guys were here when the you saw a couple guys leave right before you came in here, attempting to look a little too hard to be inconspicuous."
Yep,
He says, "That's
sure did.
yeah." He says those guys. He kind of looks up and kind of jumps when you talk because you haven't said a thing so far. So he's startled. He says they as thanks for helping the for helping Moff Desic tighten his control on this planet. Blegg was given a personal guard of some more let's say higher rank troops. They're incognito. They're undercover as miners, but they keep an eye on Blegg. They keep an eye on the mines. They're trying to keep anything from happening down there that would threaten the flow of materials off the planet. It says if anybody knows where he's at, it's probably them.
Thank you for your cooperation. Does anyone else have any more questions for this guy?
No, you've done a great job.
Oh no, my character wouldn't think of this. Sorry.
I
Okay.
walk over to the guy. I walk over from the door. I shut it all the way, and I walk over to the trooper. When's the last time there was trouble in the mines?
What kind of trouble do you mean? I mean, like, they were stirring up
The kind
they
that
were
draws
trying to,
the kind that draws the attention of your kind.
He says, well, there was they brought in the Moff partly to lock down the planet, but also partly because Dame is trying to organize the workers into some kind of group. I'd say probably a week or so ago there were rumors that they were gonna go on strike. Can't have that.
And then I knock him unconscious.
Bonk. Yeah, at this point, this is the guy that already got like a earful of sonic blaster, so he's already kind of dazed. I think he just knock him back out.
I look at everybody else.
If we're not going to kill them, then we need to tie them up and try to stash them somewhere in this apartment to give us more time.
You can do what you want to do with them. I'm not taking the life unless I'm actively being shot at, but we need to get out of here and talk about our next steps. I have really bad idea that I want to talk about with everybody. So let's
I'll take care of the dirty work. Y'all get out of here.
Can't y'all just like mind wipe him or something?
unfortunately
learned how to do that.
Yeah, unfortunately, TB, unlike us, they don't have hard drives. You know that. Let's go for a walk. And I just kind of like lead TB out like a toddler.
Oh, okay. Make sure he has like something to. Well, no, he don't need anything. Just be nice with the killing.
I figure at this point, when he came in and shot Varin, when Varin shot the one, he had a data pad, right?
Yes, it's part of what Mia picked up.
Was it a data pad from this place?
It was one of Genro's. It's
okay. So it wasn't his data pad. They don't have anything like data pads or anything on them.
Correct.
Okay. That's all I had. I couldn't decide if my character would notice or not, so I just said it.
That's fine. It's good to ask. I mean, a data pad would be obvious even if you are not the intel gathering kind of character. But I think at this point you've gotten what you can out of them. Let's say the camera probably cuts outside. We see TB and Yeehall walking towards the stairs, and I think maybe there's a couple of blaster sounds in the background. And then the rest of the party files out and closes the door behind them.
Before we go, I want to make sure that all data that might implicate the rebellion is fried on this computer and any data pads here.
Okay. Yeah, I won't make you roll. I think that's within your skill set as a revolutionary. Yeah, you know that there's basically a kill switch built into the data pad that he was using for his encrypted email was probably supplied to him, and so you can confirm that a standard kill switch is installed, and it just wipes it back to factory settings.
Okay.
Alrighty. What's your next move? I believe Yeehall said he had a bad idea, and as a GM, those are my favorite kind of ideas.
Yeah, so I think we find. I want to see if we can find a place to kind of hold up, out of the way, maybe away from the hab block, where we can lay low for a little bit, just while we talk about stuff and figure out what's going on. I assume that's relatively easy to do in a mining town like this.
Yeah, there's lots of places people don't go. Is what I'll say. So I think you can find yourself a nice like shady alley or something.
All right. Well, so here's my bad idea, and it worked. It worked on Umbra for at least a little bit, and it might work here. We need a distraction and to draw out Gleb. Man,
Blegg.
Or Blegg. Whatever.
Greg.
These human names don't make any sense. Anyway, he's got a personal guard. We know that they're a little bit higher up and they're better trained. We need them distracted. They're supposed to be watching the mines, right? Why don't we make a little bit of a tussle? Why don't...
How distracted do you want them?
Oh. Gennaro
translates that.
Gennaro was apparently trying to encourage the workers to go on strike. What if we continued stirring things up?
Either stirring things up for a strike or stirring things up with an altercation. And I look at our two humans, because Chris, you're a human too, right?
That's correct.
So I look at the two humans. It's not that hard to get a uniform that looks really Imperial-like. It's not that hard for you to go push around some miners and get them all up in arms. And
I mean, we just saw 4 stormtroopers.
Yeah.
And 2 of them still had perfectly intact uniforms before. We could easily have taken the whole outfit.
I mean, are we taking stormtrooper uniforms, or do we just want kind of normal Imperial uniforms?
I think you want Imperial uniforms. The problem is, right, stormtroopers are faceless. They're everywhere. They're generic. There's hundreds of them, whether they're brainwashed, automatons, or whether they're willing participants in tyranny. Doesn't matter. They're everywhere. They're generic. People, they don't pay any mind to them, right? This is part of what made the clones so dangerous in the first place back in the old days. They were everywhere, and people didn't suspect them. We need a face, and you two, I mean, you're good at not being known publicly when you don't want to be. I think we go find you some either Imperial or maybe some clothes that look like you work for the man. Start some stuff, get the miners a little agitated, get them to start fighting back and pushing back, which will draw his guards away from him, and then we go have a talk with the man. That's my bad idea. Whether you guys want to do it or not, that's up to you. But I'm just saying, I've seen unrest like this before. We can capitalize on it. And it sucks because people might get hurt, but I don't know a better way that we're going to be able to get in without an all-out fight. And at least this point, the miners will probably back off before anything seriously escalates. And it should be enough time. What do you guys think?
Well, if we want to get the Empire out of this planet, off this planet, then we can't do it alone. And the miners need to realize they could have a part of this. And if we can keep the Empire from getting the supplies they're looking for from this mine, all the better. The miners have a lot of power here. They just don't realize it. And with stormtroopers walking the streets, it's very intimidating.
You see Yeehaw pats his mining laser and pats his drill. Yeah, they don't realize how destructive these things can be when they want them to be.
All right, so I'll say if you all are looking to acquire Imperial uniforms, there's a few places you could look. One is you did just see a few people who you now know are Imperial agents. You could raid the apartment you saw them come out of. It would require breaking in, but you can guess maybe there's a couple of Imperial dress uniforms in there. The other one, the stormtroopers have to have a barracks somewhere on planet. That would be a little trickier because you're walking right into enemy lines, but you could probably find something inside, maybe like a off-duty uniform that you could grab. I'd say you probably have a couple viable options for that plan if you all want to do it.
I mean, Mia's right here, and we haven't actually left the area. We just came out of the building, so we could just go back in. She could probably get in that lock pretty easily. And we could go through and find any Imperial uniforms. It seems easier than going to a Stormtrooper barracks.
Yeah, that does sound convenient, and we know at least they have just left, that we may be pushing it on time here for being in the presence of dead Stormtroopers.
Well,
Yeah,
I also have their radio, so I'm listening to hear if there's any calls
Okay.
back.
Yeah, I'd say so. If you you do have a little bit of an advance warning if anything happens, but just don't fail any rolls. That's all I'll say. Just keep rolling ones like you've been doing.
Yes! I'm
What's the
so
worst that
good
can
at this game!
Okay, so it sounds like we're going to try to break into the apartment that we saw the troopers, the undercover troopers coming out of.
Mm-hmm.
Does that sound right? Okay. Trying to think what to do this as. I'd say this might actually be so. This hab block actually is, like I said, it's fairly old. The lock is actually physical. So I'm going to say this would actually be a move roll for you, testing your dexterity rather than your usual intel.
Okay, well, we're gonna see. Can I roll this at advantage?
Yeah, sure. I'm easy.
Well, I rolled a 3 and a 4. Actually,
Okay.
both of those succeed on a move roll.
Yep, those are both successes.
Those are successes. Oh
Yep,
my
a
God.
move roll is a 3, 4, or a 5. The expert isn't bad at those; they're just a little harder. It's just violence where you get, trick where things get tricky for you. Okay, yeah, you you start to you get up there and maybe you start to get out your your handy gadgets and you go, oh nope, this calls for an older school approach, and you actually break out a pair of lockpicks and let yourself into this apartment. Compared to the one that you were just in, this is a little more, let's say, a little nicer. Maybe they kind of claimed the nicest one for themselves. And so now you have briefly the run of an Imperial apartment. What would you like to do?
I'm going to let everyone else do something. I've been talking a lot.
I mean, I think Varin's got he's got the communication, so he's monitoring that. I'll just provide looming presence, and if anyone needs something attacked, I'll attack it. I mean, I don't really have a lot else to do here.
I guess a better question would be, is there anything anyone wants to accomplish while you're in here other than stealing a couple of human-sized uniforms?
Actually, is there any way to find out, like, while that's going on, do they have any kind of database or anything on who's, like, Imperial people on this planet? Since they seem to be highly placed.
That's what I was going to look for too. Some sort of computer or database to like hack into.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Whoever wants to do that. I think there is a standard issue Imperial comm unit installed in the apartment. I would say whichever of you wants to do that, give me an intel roll.
Not my forte, but I can try.
I'm going to be best at that, but I did come in here looking for uniforms.
Yeah, I mean, I could always ask you to do it. Because, again, I know I'm not good at this, but if you guys want, I will do a roll because I'm not, I'm not.
Can I roll with advantage since I'm a megaputer, even if it's
still yes, this is. Okay. Yep, no, this is. I said it's not exactly your forte, but you do have that good computer brain. So yeah, roll with advantage.
Okay. Liz, do you want to try first, or
you go for it? I've been making a lot of rolls.
Oh shoot, that's a 5 and an 8. That's not going to do it.
Yeah, because you're rolling the D. Are you rolling a D8 or a D10?
D8.
That actually is a success.
I forgot about the 8.
The 8 right now is your ultimate, which the balance is currently at a 3, and so an 8 right now is an automatic success. So you did it. You see. The even more boring Imperial outlook. You do see a mention of some, like Mia discovered that outgoing comms had apparently been rerouted. There's a kind of a mention of that, noting that all traffic in or out of the all traffic in or out of Salient 2 would be routed through the unit that Desic had brought on planet with him. You find what are you looking for? I guess tell me.
I wanted him to look. I will actually even say this: look for the title Inquisitor.
Okay.
Okay.
Nothing of that sort turns up here. It seems to be a strictly military, kind of a small-time military operation.
When did this moth show up?
Oh, go ahead.
A little over a week ago, maybe a week and a half. I think 9 days was what I said at one point.
Okay, that's all I needed. That's all I can think of that I would have asked.
Do we know where Desic would be, or would it be any benefit to us to like figure out where the comms are being specifically routed?
Probably so. You can't. So I would say you see mention of something called Adon base, ADON base. There's no like physical location of it given, but that seems to be whatever or wherever that is. That seems to be where Moff Desic has set up shop.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Okay. Anybody else want
I relay that to the team.
Okay. Anybody want to do anything else in this apartment before you all get what you want and go?
Nope, I'm really good at doing things like breaking stuff and bashing stuff. So this is not. I'm a bull in a china shop at this point, so I'm good.
See, if we needed to put the break in breaking and entering, I guess you could have. But fortunately, me, I got the entering part down first.
I am going to make it look like no one was in here as best I can, even though I think, next door is pretty obvious, but maybe they can not notice we also got into here.
Okay. Yeah. You minus the fact that there are now 2 uniforms missing from the closet, that are conveniently sized to fit Mia and Varin. You even managed to lock the door behind you, and you all kind of creep back out of this place. What would you like to do next? Is there any other preparation you wanted to do in town? Just as a reminder, the troops that you saw, the ones you're trying to draw out and or distract, you did see them headed towards the shuttle port that would take them towards the mines.
Yeah, so if we're going to do this, I think... I'm trying to think if... we're going to have to head towards the mines at some point, right? I can definitely blend in, so I think maybe I do a detour. I don't like leaving the party, but at the very least, like, you can locate me, and like we can meet back up. But I think in this, I'm going to run this by the group. I separate off. I go to the mines because I am a mining droid, and I start fanning the flames a little bit. Like, go through and just kind of like, do the complaining and like, oh man, the humans really have it terrible. I feel bad for you guys. At least I can't feel anything, like that type of stuff. Like get them uncomfortable and prepped and primed so that when you guys are doing your thing, it makes it more likely to succeed. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I think maybe I'll go do that while they're getting the costumes and everything set up. Is I'll just hop on a transit heading out to the mines, and I don't think anybody's going to really check me. I'm a mining droid, so I'll just pop on and just go, and I'll go do some mining while I'm getting people ready to maybe like fight back against some of the oppression.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay, so we'll follow you to the mines first, and then we'll see.
For those of you listening at home, don't split the party, but I'm going to do the thing. I'm doing the sin.
In fact, you mechanically don't want to split the party in Rebel Scum, but you did. So this is your notice that the balance has shifted to 4. It is now in Twilight. Ultimate rolls, which are the max number on your die, now have to be negotiated to be a success.
So this is why I asked before I did it, and nobody told me no.
I'm not telling you no when you want to do something.
No, I think it's good. It's fun. It's fine. It's fine. Yeah, the
We're
team splits
risking
up.
things.
Yeah, so you like I said, we'll follow Yeehaw for a little bit here. Yeah, no one looks twice at a mining droid wanting to get on a transport and head to the mine. I think maybe like even the fact that your old hardware doesn't necessarily draw looks, because this is a planet that's, like I said, this is a corporate owned planet. It's not like they replaced their droids when they were they
Ever.
just gave them new parts. Yeah, ever. Well past warranty, and they're still using them. So it's probably like a 30-minute ride out of town, I'd say, to get to the mine itself, which is fairly busy above ground with preparing for minerals for shipment, and then it just goes down well into the planet's crust. So you disembark the shuttle, and Yeehaw is at the mine. What would you like to do first?
I'm just gonna, I guess, get prepped and figure out where the worst mining conditions are, where I would think from like whatever the available like routes or assignments are, and just start heading that way, and start with the most likely to be easily agitated. And I'll go through and I'll do like I'll participate, like I'll be mining, I'll do stuff, and then I just kind of want to like poke the bear a little bit. Yeah.
Okay. So I'll leave it to you which of two roles you want to take here. One is if you want to focus on the intel gathering side of that. You can do an intel role. I don't know that you strictly have. Yeah, actually, since you're pretending to be a miner by actually mining, I would say your lifter edge would apply here if you want to do that. The other one, so blasters in this setting does not strictly mean violence. It can also mean things like debate or using your words to arouse conflict. I don't think you get to do it at advantage in this case.
That's fine. I have a larger degree of success.
Yeah, but that will be more proficient at, I would say, kind of getting the workers and or droids, if you wanted to, agitated again. And maybe some intel slips your way that way. So if you want to do a blasters roll, that's fine with me.
Absolutely. That's a 4 on the die.
You're very good at barely making a blasters roll.
Apparently.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think it's hard to find that the place that the mining conditions are worse is literally everywhere. A lot of these workers down here, like, you don't have to engage them in conversation very long to find out that they're basically being forced to work unpaid overtime. The breaks are being, whittled down to practically nothing. The food in the canteen has gone to crap.
Yeah,
and a lot of the.
I hear that. I hear that new guy that took over for Jinjus or Jiro. Or what? Why can I not remember names? Jinro.
Because Star Wars names span.
Flegg is the guy who took over for Jinro.
Yeah. Yep. I hear that guy that took over for Jinro gave himself a fat raise and gets to eat like a king every night now. Like stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think one of them will even kind of point Blerg out to you at some point. He is just a very big Gamorrean. Big green pig looking guy. He doesn't seem to be doing any work himself, but he's sure very happy to walk around, and if he thinks he sees somebody slacking, he's very quick to get him back on the job. Luckily, you are faking it well enough that you don't draw his attention. But it's not real hard to get people mad about the conditions here because they suck.
Yeah, and like little stuff like, I hear he's got the Imperials. He's in their lap and he's trying to turn us all over to him, and you see Johnny went missing. Yeah, I hear he was made an example of in front of them. I hear it was his fault, and I keep pointing at the big boss.
Yeah, one of them kind of nods towards one of the guys that you saw earlier. So you kind of try to look as anonymous as possible. We're working. He says, "Yeah, these 4 guys showed up not long after Blerg got promoted. So they're just as bad as he is." You've seen 2 of the advanced, the higher rank troopers that are here incognito supporting Blerg. You can gather from conversation there's a couple more somewhere.
Okay. I've
All
done my
right,
part.
he's doing his part. The fire is stoked. Other party members, what would you like to do? If you want, we can cut to you all arriving at the mines with two of you in uniform. That's fine. I didn't know if there's anything anyone wants to do back in town before heading out that way.
No, I don't. Nothing back in town. I don't see how I can be with the two people in Imperial uniforms and not. Like, it would be ridiculous. Like, why
At
is
this
there a Wookiee
point,
there?
Well,
they could be forcing you to report to work. You could easily be a
that's-
captive.
That's what I was going to suggest.
Just
the
throwing
old
just throwing on a mining suit or whatever. Like I'm sure there's Wookiees in the mine
Yeah.
here.
No, there are no Wookiees here. We checked.
Oh.
There's
But-
a Trandoshan, but there's no Wookiees.
They can throw together something that probably poorly fits you.
Yeah.
Which goes well with the outfit you're wearing that already poorly fits you.
Yeah, like the really old tattered robes.
So-
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, at this point
so-
they've got like a protective helmet that doesn't really fit, that's on your head, and then somebody hands you a mining laser.
I want to look like I've been smacked around. So.
Okay. As I understand, you already do. So.
Oh yeah, big time. It's very easy, big burn scars everywhere. I definitely look like something happened.
Alrighty. Does anybody said Mia, Varin, or TB? Is there anything you all want to do before I said we cut to you all arriving at the mine?
It was just going to be swapping to the uniform.
You got it.
Yeah.
Like I said, miraculously there was one slightly smaller officer and one who slightly larger. Conveniently, they fit both of you. Neither of you looks a little short for an Imperial.
Oh, good. I was. I'll do my best to make sure that we look. Is the spiffy and imperial standard.
Yeah, so you're kind of like straightening Varin's collar, like he's trying to leave the top unbuttoned. You're like, no, that's against protocol. You like got him buttoned up. He cleans up all right for a Nazi.
What do I look like? A scruffy looking nerf herder?
Not anymore.
Are we the baddies?
You're only pretending to be the baddies. All right, so we see the shuttle arrive at the mine. I would say that Mia and Varin, you step out first. You got your uniforms on. Immediately draws the eyes of the miners, who are like, "Oh, great, more imps." Followed by TB, who is presumably not in bucket form at this point anymore, and the orphan, who is doing his best to look like a captured Wookiee being forced to go to work in these mines.
I mean, can TB look like he is an Imperial killbot? Is that he's with us?
I am a reformed killbot, so that
He
would
still looks
fit.
like a killbot,
The reformed,
Yep.
the reformed part is more about the internal journey than the external, visage.
Yeah, he's reformed on the inside, but on the outside, yeah, he still looks like your classic kill droid. So
you don't mind playing up, still being a killbot, right?
I will do what I can for this rebellion.
We appreciate you.
all right.
Appreciate you.
So, what would you all like to do? Like I said, Yeehaw has gone ahead and kind of set the groundwork here to maybe to incite some anti-imperial fervor. What would you all like to do to finish the job?
I want to look as abused as possible. I want to look like it really works me over.
I mean, you
Mission
could
accomplished.
always single me out and go to town on me if you need to. It's not like I can't play up the role.
I'm going to give Orphan like a shove, even though I am way, way smaller. I'm going to do it with like confidence and be like, "Get to work, Wookiee."
Right. So I would like the Orphan to actually make a Blaster's save to try and sell this. It's the same as doing a regular roll. It's just that if it doesn't go well, something bad may happen.
Oh, great.
4 is okay on blasters, right?
4 is Blasters, yes.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
blades for me, so I get confused.
Yeah, so Mia kind of like you and Mia do a successful pantomime of maybe she kind of mimes like she's hitting you with the butt of her gun to prod you to work, and you kind of stumble out ahead of her, and in pain.
Yeah,
And it really looks for all the world like she is the stock standard Imperial officer forcing this enslaved Wookiee to get to work. Mia, you are drawing no shortage of glares.
I'll go pick up the mining laser and start shooting rocks with it. Very clearly, I don't know what I'm doing, but that's fine.
Yeah, the orphan is getting a lot of sympathetic looks. Maybe some of the other workers are kind of like, "Yeah, right there, big guy." They're like, just and one of them kind of points you. He's like pointing you at a vein. Where he's like, "Look, this one's almost done, but if you just keep mining this, it'll at least keep them off your back."
I flash a look at TB, and kind of like it's kind of the signal of you need to do more, and like kind of like draw attention to myself.
Wait, draw attention to you.
I want.
He's making.
I'm
it
making
so
me the
obvious.
target. Like I can take it. I can take a hit. I'm literally a tank.
Come torture me, is saying.
Like I'm saying, like I'm looking at like you and the others, and I'm like, come on, more like little gestures of like as I'm mining, like come over and make an example of me.
Okay. In that case, I will start kind of just casually walking over toward Yeehaw. I do my best to look like I'm patrolling, and then I get up to Yeehaw and I say, "What are you doing looking at us? I will kill you if you don't mine it anymore. Keep mining."
I'm going as fast as I can, sir.
Go faster. That's not fast enough. Keep going.
I'm not programmed to go faster, sir. I'm sorry.
I do understand programming limitations, but I will kill you.
And basically under my breath.
I'm gonna say the success of this pantomime is going to depend on Yeehaw temporarily managing to overclock himself. It's going to look like he's trying to mine to burnout. Yeehaw, give me a bot save.
Okay, will do.
This should be in your house as a tank.
Yeah, no, it is. That is a 9 on the die, which I think is just at the extreme of it.
Yeah, that is a success. Yeah, so you make it look dangerous. You've overclocked yourself. You're working faster. You're mining faster. Like people can hear your servos whining, but it's not actually dangerous to you. You're just old and you know how to make your body make noises.
I think I have like little sparks, or I have some old wiring or something like that like I like start chafing against my chassis and like get the sparks going, and then I start as I'm going frantically, I start slowing down more and more and more, like I'm grinding to a halt. And I'd like start dimming my lights and.
Yeah, I think this draws Blerg over. I think he sort of goes, "What? This one broken?" And he kind of clocks you in the back of the head again. Give me another might save.
That is a 7.
That is also a success. So you feel this hit from Blerg on the back of you, trying to do a little percussive maintenance on what looks to him like a faulty mining droid that's not putting in all it's worth, but.
And I oversell the kick, like like this is like Steve Austin's stunner level of oversell.
you just like tip over, like sparks coming out of you, and the miners are like, "Holy crap! Blerg broke that. Blerg, you can't just break the equipment." And like the general mood just like shifts like that. Like instantly, like Blerg finds himself face to face with an angry crowd.
Whoa, wait a minute. Blerg is surrounded by people?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this is going to be tricky. Can I use the Force to make him hit somebody? Like make it look like he's backhanding a dude to get him away from him?
Yeah, let's try it. That is violence. Go ahead and give me a.
Sorry, I'm going to burn my star for this.
I was going to say, once this is done, right? Like I look at Chris and Liz's character, like, and I just kind of like you see my little eye like flick between them and Blerg, them and Blerg, hoping that they'll get the idea, like to grab him and like get him air quote out of here.
Oh. Yeah, that works. Yes, so you are the Ronin, so you can burn your star to succeed whenever the result brings peace to a situation.
Oh,
That's definitely not peace.
I was gonna say, talk me through this one. But
Hold on. If we cause the rebellion here to take root, we will essentially be driving the Imperials out, which is a peaceful solution because it doesn't involve me killing anyone with a lightsaber.
this
Wow.
is you resorting to.
It is really
I
hard
almost-
to refute that as a reformed killbot and a megaputer.
If you tell me I
done the
can't do it, that's
computations.
fine. That's
I like it because I'm assuming we can assume that you all have discussed this plan or at least are getting what Yeehaw is throwing down, and like as soon as he tries to resort to violence, our two Imperial officers are going to rush Blegg out before he causes more problem.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I'll
he
let-
doesn't
I'll let
actually
you- I'll let
have
you-
to successfully hit anyone.
Yeah.
He just needs to lash out.
And then we
Yeah,
can
you
get
just
TB to
basically
order
want,
the.
you basically just want to
And then we can get
So,
TB
boom.
to order the Wookiee to grab the scrap heap and drag it out of the mine, which be the scrap heap being me. And then we can all
that
get out
works.
of here.
Yeah, so I think
He's-
you can grab his arm basically with your telekinesis and just like take a clumsy swing at one of the
Yeah,
miners.
and it doesn't have to connect. It just boom, I do it.
It just has to look like he's doing it. Okay,
Yeah.
so he does it, and this unrest is going to turn into a full-on riot. Blegg is looking at his arm, slightly confused first off, and is like backing away from this crowd of miners. So now tell me the next step of your plan.
I'm grabbing the heap.
Okay, so you grab Yeehaw,
I'll just really lift him on up.
who is playing dead. Yeah.
Varin draws his blaster and fires over the heads of the miners. And as he does that, he's like, "All right, back it up. Back it up. This is over."
All right. Okay. So what are you trying to make them back down, or are you trying to turn them on you?
He's trying to get them to back away from Blegg so that way they can get him, because the two of them aren't going to be able to fight a whole group of miners that are surrounding this guy.
the idea is that, right, like, and
That's
this is
correct.
where it plays out in
Yeah.
my head, is that you guys are doing that, you're
we
getting
want to
him out of here,
escort him out.
and then the other 4 Imperials that are undercover will start like taking care of the miners. They'll be busy with that, right?
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. So I will say, give me a blaster's roll. And the result, if you succeed at this, is you'll basically be able to get the crowd to part enough that the two of you can grab Blegg and like rush him off towards his office or wherever.
Well, I will be the one that has the first bad roll of the run.
No, I had the
Oh,
first
no.
bad roll. I had the first bad roll, sir. Thank you very much.
You had the first one of this episode, I think.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, that was a 2.
Ooh, yeah,
Oh, no.
that's it. Yeah, so I'm gonna. Oh, I think what happens is you fire this blaster over your head, and you have temporarily forgotten that you were in a mine.
Oh no.
You kind of destabilize something over top of you. Chris, your danger goes up to 1, and I'm going to need you to make a danger roll, which is rolling your dive. You want to get over a 1, ideally.
4.
4, that's fine. Okay. Your danger stays at 1, but no, nothing bad really happens here.
That would have been
So-
another. That would have been another roll where it would have been really good to get a 1.
Yeah, but unfortunately now the crowd is kind of half turning on Blegg and half turning on you. Those crazy imps trying to bring the mine down. So you now, what's the next step? What's somebody else? Somebody else. What do you do?
I'm playing dead. I can't do anything.
This would be a good time for Mia to do something, I believe.
Yes, I'm still on getting Blegg out of here duty.
Can you trigger
You
an
lie.
alarm?
Oh.
I'm gonna say that straight to Shrywalk. Can you trigger an alarm?
That's conveniently. Let me just check here. Yeah, conveniently, no one understood that
Mia does, but they
except for
don't.
your party, Yeah. and also Yeehaw doesn't.
Yeehaws used to be making weird noises. He thinks I have a broken motivator or something.
No, I know you're a Wookiee. I just don't speak Wookiee.
I know. I just think it's funny. He'd be like, "You got a broken motivator, son."
It's so hard to learn.
What kind of alarm could I trigger?
Well, I mean, he just shot the ceiling, so possibly a safety alarm?
But what would that... But that's
Literally,
just going to get everyone...
If they think the place is collapsing, they're going to want to get out more than they're going to want to kill you.
Yeah.
But that's just my thinking.
Yeah,
Maybe.
It would be easy to get Blerg out if everyone is trying to get out. That's definitely an option.
Yes. I'm just going to say, quiet, Wookiee, and I am going to tap on my data pad and see what I can do about maybe triggering alarm to where we can all go home. Yep, definitely gonna totally work.
Where we can all just leave. Liz is just gonna clock everyone out of work. Okay, yeah, go ahead and give me an intel roll.
It's like that the Looney Tunes things with the coyote and the sheepdog.
Yes, exactly. And he's like the whistle blows, just like everyone clocks out, shakes hands, and walks out of the mine.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Yeah, you can do that. Go ahead and give me an intel roll. Yes, you can roll it at advantage.
That's 2 2s.
2 2s. That was a success.
Mm.
Yeah, it's not too hard to. So you had the what are they called? Code cylinders from the stormtroopers on hand. Still, it's very easy to kind of tap into the network of the mine, and yeah, you set off almost immediately enough that it's not suspicious. You manage to set off the an alarm, and the miners immediately look around and feel like, holy crap, he completely destabilized it, and everyone just starts booking it for the door. Flegg sidles up to you all gruff, and he's, "Get me out of here! It's not safe anymore, thanks to you."
Okay, yeah. I'm just gonna fall in at one side of him and say, actually, I'm not gonna say anything. I'm a stoic Imperial drone.
Stoic Imperial drone. Love it. Okay, so...
I'm actually acting like I'm not with them at all, but I'm just pulling the droid out with me.
Yeah, you're dragging the deactivated mining droid.
I don't think I have to drag him. I can just carry him.
Okay,
No Wookiee.
That's nice of you. Actually, to not drag your friend along the ground.
Yeah.
TB and the 2 imps, Imperials, are escorting Blerg. Where do you all want to take him? Like you can pretty much steer him wherever at this point, as long as he's not about to be attacked by rioting miners.
How deep into the mine are we right now?
Why don't we?
Not very far.
He's got to have an office or something, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd say if you press him for it, Bleg's like, my office. He'll steer you towards an office that's it's kind of outside, and like basically if you go out of the entrance and turn right, he has kind of a almost like a trailer out there. That's his office.
You get him in there, shut the door, and then incapacitate him, and then go through his stuff. If Jinro's going to be anywhere, he's going to know where it is, or he's going to have a record of it. That's my guess.
Sounds good. Is one of you watching your tail as you split off from this crowd?
I'm literally
working behind us.
Let's just be up front. This is what's happening. Y'all saw Empire Strikes Back. He's strapped to my back. I'm walking forward. He's behind me. That's what it is.
That's perfect. It does let Yeehaw do watchdog duty.
Yep.
Yeehaw, give me an intel roll at advantage, or excuse me, an intel save at advantage.
A data, you mean?
They're data. Yes, sorry.
Thankfully, with advantage, I got a 2. 2 and a 4. 4 would have been a fail.
All right, perfect. Yeah, so everybody is kind of going in one direction until you get out of the mine, and then all of you all are kind of heading off in one direction towards Bleg's office. Yeehaw, you are very able to see 4 what look like ordinary miners also split off from the crowd and start trying to inconspicuously follow you towards Bleg's office. The 4 troopers that are embedded here.
Are there any really noticeable stalagmite, stalactite, or unstable rock formations above their heads or in between us?
I would say not at this point, because they don't peel off until you're outside.
Okay. Are there cracks?
Over the internal comms, I'll chirp that in everybody's comms, like in their earpieces, because I assume we have something akin to that.
Oh, I can't talk to y'all.
You can't, but you guys can hear me tell you that
No, but I wanted to do something. I would want to tell you but you don't understand me.
Nope, sure don't.
Nope. And
So
we've already
I'm just-
established that it's canon
Yep.
now.
I'm going to look to see those boxes that I saw as we were coming out. How close are they? Like, are they nearly to them? Are they passing them? Like, how much time do I have here?
This is a place where we're filling giant metal crates full of minerals and shipping them out to the Empire. I'd say wherever you want there to be a crate for something cool to happen, there is a crate there.
Yeah, I'm going to basically telekinetically, it's the Force. You know what I'm doing. I'm going to try to grab some boxes and just pull, make it look like there's a shaking somewhere and just topple them down. Try to scatter them in front. Not to kill these guys. I'm not even trying to attack them with them. Just to make it harder for them to follow because they're going to have to react to these crates smashing into the ground in front of them.
Okay, yeah, go ahead and give me a blaster's roll. And I believe I heard telekinesis was involved, so roll with advantage.
Okay, I rolled 2 8s, which
Okay.
we're in Twilight.
Yes, we are in Twilight.
So I need to justify how this could possibly work.
Yeah, so the way that this works is I can give you a success on this, but I think it will either shift the balance or give you a danger. I'll leave it up to you which one you do.
I don't currently have any danger, so I can take 1 danger and then I have to roll above that.
Yes, equal or above.
Or equal would be your best roll.
I rolled a 1, so that's
Okay,
above.
So 1 is, so you take 1 and then roll, and then that's actually equal. So what happens is you clear all your danger. So you clear your 1 danger immediately with a dramatic move called the clutch. And the clutch clears all your danger, and you get to take an action that succeeds us if you had spent your star. So what I was going to do if this was an ordinary success was I was going to have you roll for effect to see how well this works, how many of them you catch off guard. Since this works as if you spent your star, I think this just works exactly how you want it to. You walk past these crates, you kind of see them up ahead of you. You kind of have them shake a little bit as you walk by, and then as these guys pass, they just fall right over these guys. I think you actually catch them in the crates. They are upside down in these metal crates. Blerg turns around and just jumps. He's like, "Holy crap, those guys!" And he just starts running for his office at this point.
All right.
But those guys are temporarily off your tail.
I mean, Bleg's office, they know where it is. They probably, once they get out, they'll head that way. But at least they're not currently following us.
Yeah, you've got a few minutes because they don't have the ability to telekinetically lift these heavy metal boxes off of themselves.
I turn to Yeehaw and try and explain what I just did. He, of course, doesn't understand any of it.
In a very low voice. I still don't understand you, you idiot.
So you all round the corner, and yeah, it's literally just it almost looks like a giant converted shipping container that he's just turned into a trailer. Blegg barrels into this office, and I assume you all are hot on his heels. And what happens next?
I think the moment that we enter the office, when Varin steps in, he's just like, "Are you okay?"
Well, I was until you started a riot and tried to bring the police down on us. What are you thinking? You must be new here. What's your name?
Well, what I'm thinking, and Varin's got a gun in his hand.
What are you doing?
I'm thinking you're going to give us some information, or else I'm going to shoot you in the face.
I'm on your... Wait a minute.
That's right. You've been bamboozled.
I've been flummoxed. All right. Just don't. There's no need to get violent.
I come in with Yeehaw at this point and put Yeehaw down.
Yep. The door slams shut behind you guys.
And I would like to
so
seal
everybody
the
is now
door.
crowded in this trailer. You would like to seal the door? Oh,
or lock it or whatever, so that when those 4 come over...
It doesn't actually have a sealing system. It does have a lock.
Okay, you're not welding the door shut. Okay.
No.
Yeah, you just kind of hop out of the backpack harness that you've been carried on and just immediately lock the door behind you. Bleg's like, all right, no need to get violent. I can see when I've been had. What What do you need to know?
Immediately search him for any communication devices, any hidden buttons, anything like that, and make sure that he can't get to it.
Yep.
Ooh, give me an intel roll with advantage for your
No.
Watchdog Edge.
That's a 3.
That is a success. You don't find anything on Blegg. You do find that on his desk next to the old-looking the old-looking corporate mining computer is a shiny new Imperial communications unit with a conspicuous red light on top.
I point that out to Liz's character.
I'm gonna float it over to Liz.
Okay. Blegg's like,
Huh?
what? What are you doing? What are you doing with my new comm unit?
I'm gonna check it for messages.
What are you doing with that new comm unit?
Communicating. What do you think I'm doing? Mia, give me an intel roll.
At advantage?
Sure. Would you like to roll everything at advantage by justifying it as spy duty?
Well, this is a
Yeah.
spy thing, though.
To be fair,
This is very spy.
To be
we
fair,
kind
this
of
is-
played directly into
Yeah.
your spy. Yeah,
We have, but I rolled 2 2s, and either of those would have been a success.
that's true. So one thing you find is that it is listening right now and
Oh, great!
recording.
I'm gonna turn that off.
Click. The conspicuous red light turns off. Would you also like to wipe any recordings while you're in there?
I would, but I
Because
would.
the-
Okay,
because
before,
the first minute or so of this whole encounter is probably recorded in there.
I would like to see if there are any previous recordings that might be of interest.
Also, is it transmitting?
That's
No,
a good question.
It is not
Okay.
transmitting at this time. It is just recording.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm
The
going to.
system is set up so that it records and then transmits on a set schedule.
I am
You
going
didn't
to
get-
make sure this is not on there.
Alrighty. And I believe you said you were checking for anything else interesting while you're doing that.
Yes.
Okay, so we'll have you rummage through in a sec. We'll cut back to everybody who's actually interrogating Blegg while you're rummaging through his stuff
Rummage.
not that
Edge.
guy.
digitally. So Varin's got him at gunpoint. Yeehaw, are you doing
Yeah,
anything? or are you
I
just
walk
on-
up. I walk up to him and I very casually grab one of his hands. Where's Jinro?
I don't know. He quit. How
I
am I supposed
break
to
a
know where he's
finger.
at? Ah!
And I immediately put my other hand over his mouth, like as I like, and then
Good decision.
I let go of the
He
mouth.
says,
and
"Look,"
where's Jinro?
and he kind of muffled until you take your hand out of his mouth.
I let it go. Still holding on to his hand.
He says the imps took him. They thought he was a rebel.
How long ago?
About as long as I've been boss here. About a week or so.
Where'd they take him?
And he says they've got a base somewhere, but I don't know where it's at. I don't.
You got 4 tails assigned to you, son. You know where it is. And I break another finger, put my hand over his mouth.
Another muffled yell. He says, all right. He's doesn't have a whole lot of fingers per hand.
I know.
Yeah. So he says, yeah, there's a. He kind of sighs and he says, they built. The new guy didn't want to dirty his fancy boots with coming down here on planets, so they built a base on Adon, the only moon around.
Hmm.
He says you can't really see it because it's locked to the other side of the planet. But yeah, you might have passed it on your way in, and you'd never known because those secret Imperial bases. But the rumor is they got him up there. They're trying to find out what he knows.
And then
Please don't break any more fingers.
I look at everybody else. Anything else we want?
I say we give them to the miners.
I have an idea.
Mm-hmm.
I could perhaps implant something on his computer that looks like he was sending messages to the Rebel Alliance.
Ooh, okay. I like that. Go ahead and give me another intel roll to do it.
I think he's pretty distracted while I'm, breaking his fingers. So.
Yeah, I'm just over here working on.
Oh, that's perfectly fine. Yeah, he doesn't know what you're doing. You're just rummaging through his comm unit digitally. So,
and this is a side of Yeehaw you guys have not seen before.
Nope. Workers' rights
3.
Yeehaw. 3. That works. Yeah. So you managed to replicate a weaker, broken version of the Republic security keys, and you send like a message that is going nowhere. But that will obviously get picked up because it gets routed out through Adon Base's network at this point. And what do you want to say in the message?
I want to make it sound like he was trying to incite a riot in order to disrupt Imperial shipping and resources,
and that he framed Jinro to take his spot.
Perfect.
Something like that.
He successfully got rid of the previous mine director, and now he's starting a riot to make sure the Imperials don't get this planet.
Perfect.
He's always been the guy this whole time.
I know.
It was him the whole time.
It was Greg.
Yeah. It was Greg. So you don't find, so while looking, I did say we'd get back to you. You don't find anything more informative than what he's been able to give you, but you are successfully able to plant this message, and anybody who follows up on this trail even little will make it look like it looks like Blegg's been the guy all along. Which will definitely get the heat off Jinro if you can find him. Which you do know now that he is like I said, they seem to be holding him in a base on Adon, the soul moon of Salient 2. So really the only real question left is, what do you all want to do with Blerg? I believe I heard a turn him over to the miners.
Yes.
We could also.
I'm all for this.
We could also just knock him out and leave him here, and he's just going to get his just desserts regardless.
Well, maybe don't forget he's still got the four whatchamacallits tied to him. So hopefully they'll get pulled or take him. But yeah.
Yeah, if there's not a Blerg to guard, they have a lot less authority. All right. So I think Varin, tell me what it looks like as you drag this Gamorrean with his 2 broken fingers back outside and turn him over to the angry crowd that's gathered outside, waiting to find out how Blerg intends to solve this problem with the mine collapse.
Oh well, I think as they
hold on, wait a minute. Is Varin already doing it?
Oh no, go ahead.
I just think it would make more sense if I did it. They saw me get forced to mine. They know I'm a miner.
Also, you're still dressed as an Imperial officer.
Yeah,
that's true.
You may want to change that before you walk outside.
Yeah, you might want to change your uniforms. That's fine.
Yeah,
we can say you had your stuff in like those little. Like
while you guys are getting undressed from Imperialness, I'll hoist his ass up. Sorry, and just I'll go out the door, yell some stuff in Shrywook that no one's going to understand, and throw him to the crowd.
Yep. No one understands a word you say except maybe the one person who understands you isn't here, but they understand Blerg being roughed up and turned over. And I think we will cut away from what the crowd does there, and that will be it for episode 2 of Rebel Scum.
Blizzard Watch is made possible due to the generous contributions at patreon.com/BlizzardWatch. Your continued support means that this podcast site and community is able to thrive and grow. Blizzard Watch supporters enjoy exclusive benefits like early access to the podcast, a better chance at having your question answered on our podcast, or the Q and an ads-free site experience. We'll see you next time.